The Aurora Vanguard lurked in the jagged shadows of an asteroid belt, its hull kissed by the faint glow of New Dawn's distant sun. A shudder rippled through the bridge as a Concord Enforcer ship's plasma bolt grazed the shields, a warning shot that screamed arrogance. Captain Zara Cade, 34, stood rigid at the command console, her dark eyes locked on the tactical display. Her crew, 20 souls, human to the core, watched her, waiting for the order that could change everything. A telepathic voice, cold as a void, slithered into her mind. Surrender your colony, human, or New Dawn burns. Zara's jaw tightened. The Galactic Concord thought humanity was a pushover. They were about to learn otherwise. The bridge hummed with tension, consoles flickering with data from the blockaded colony below. New Dawn, a dusty jewel in the Orion Arm, was starving. The Concord's sleek, crystalline warships had choked off supply lines, enforcing trade laws that kept humanity on a leash. Zara's fingers danced over the console, pulling up a distress call from the colony's governor. The hologram flickered, showing a gaunt woman with haunted eyes. "Captain, we're down to scraps. Riots are breaking out. Kids are going hungry." Zara's gut twisted. She'd grown up on a colony like this, scraping by under alien sneers. She turned to her crew, their faces a mix of grit and fear. Marcus, her grizzled executive officer, leaned against a bulkhead, arms crossed, his salt and pepper beard catching the light. Lila, the 19-year-old engineer, fidgeted with a tablet, her braids swinging as she muttered calculations. Chen, the tactician, glared at the tactical display, his sharp features taut with impatience. "Options," Zara snapped, her voice steady despite the telepathic echo still ringing in her skull. Marcus spoke first, his gravelly tone cutting through the hum of the bridge. "We've got the super fleet hidden across 3 systems. We could break the blockade in a day. Show 'em we're not just dirt dwellers." His eyes held hers, testing her resolve. Zara wanted to agree. Unleash the fleet, humanity's secret weapon, a network of AI-augmented ships built from salvaged alien tech and human stubbornness. But the cost could be war, and humanity wasn't ready for that. "Not yet." Chen scoffed, his voice sharp. "Or we keep skulking like cowards. The Concord's laughing at us, Captain. They think we're nothing." His words stung, but Zara held his gaze, unflinching. She knew the Concord's view: humans were a backwater species, their tech clunky, their ambition a joke. She'd heard it all her life, from the Vren's telepathic sneers to the Sithers' crystalline disdain. Lila cleared her throat, clutching her tablet like a shield. Captain? I've got an idea." Her voice wavered, but her eyes burned with something Zara recognized, hunger to prove herself. "I was reading old Earth sci-fi, and there's this trick with phase-shifting cloaks. If we tweak the stealth drive's frequency, we could slip past their sensors. By time." Zara raised an eyebrow, a spark of pride flaring. Lila was a colony kid, too, her mind a furnace of ideas the Concord would never expect. "Sci-fi?" Chen snorted, crossing his arms. "We're fighting a galactic empire with bedtime stories?" Lila flushed, but Zara shot Chen a look that could melt steel. "Stow it, Chen. She's thinking outside their box. That's what we do." Lila's shoulders straightened, and she tapped her tablet, pulling up schematics. Zara saw her younger self in the girl, defiant, scrappy, underestimated. The air shifted, a prickle crawling up Zara's neck. A hologram flickered to life, and High Arbiter Vrental's angular face filled the bridge. The Vren diplomat, 187 years old and smug as a black hole, stared down at them, his eyes glowing faintly. His telepathic voice slithered again, public this time, dripping with condescension. "Captain Cade, your colony's defiance is futile. Comply with our trade terms, or New Dawn will be corrected." Zara forced a smirk, leaning into the hologram. Corrected? Sounds like you're scared of a few humans with grit and a wrench, Arbiter. Her crew chuckled, but Vrental's gaze sharpened, his mind probing hers like icy fingers. She focused on mundane thoughts, ship diagnostics, coffee rations, hiding the super fleet's existence. His telepathy couldn't dig deep, not yet, but the pressure made her skin crawl. You lack the discipline for true power, Vrental said, his voice a low hum. Your kind is a curiosity, nothing more. Zara's smirk widened, her heart pounding. Funny, we're curious enough to keep you guessing. The hologram snapped off, leaving silence. She knew he sensed something, but not enough to act. Not yet. Marcus stepped closer, lowering his voice. Zara, we can't keep dodging him forever. The fleet's ready. You know it. She nodded, her mind racing. The super fleet was humanity's trump card, modular ships, AI-driven, built in secret from asteroid mines and forgotten moons. But revealing it now could spark a war they couldn't win. New Dawn needed time, and Zara needed a plan. Lila, get that cloak tweak ready, Zara ordered. We're hitting their sensor outpost. Stall their scans, buy us breathing room. Lila's eyes widened, but she nodded, diving into her tablet. Chen muttered something about wasting time, but Marcus clapped his shoulder, silencing him. Zara's gaze drifted to the tactical display, where Concord ships orbited New Dawn like vultures. She'd grown up on a world like that, clawing for scraps under alien rules. No more. The Aurora Vanguard hummed as its stealth drive powered up, Lila's tweaks already syncing with the systems. Zara's fingers brushed the console, her mind set. They'd slip through the Concord's net, sabotage their outpost, and keep the fleet hidden. For now. But Vrental's words echoed, asterisk corrected, asterisk she'd show him what humans could do when pushed. Engage stealth, she said, her voice steel. Let's move. The ship slid into the asteroid belt shadows, a ghost among stones. Zara's pulse thrummed, not with fear, but with the fire of defiance. The Concorde thought they'd won. They were wrong. The Aurora Vanguard glided through the asteroid belt, a specter cloaked in Lila's makeshift stealth tech. New Dawn's pale glow flickered in the distance, its orbit choked by Concorde warships, their crystalline hulls glinting like knives. Captain Zara Cade stood on the bridge, her boots planted firm, eyes scanning the tactical display. The Concorde's sensor outpost, a squat, glowing platform orbiting the planet, loomed ahead, its scanners a threat to the super fleet's secrecy. Zara's plan was simple: sabotage the outpost, delay detection, save New Dawn. But simplicity, she knew, was a liar in space. The bridge buzzed with quiet efficiency. Lila hunched over a console, her fingers flying across her tablet, fine-tuning the phase-shifting cloak. Marcus, the XO, monitored the helm, his weathered hands steady. Chen, the tactician, glowered at his screen, plotting evasion routes. Zara felt the weight of their trust, heavy as a neutron star. She'd promised to keep the fleet hidden, but every move risked exposure. Vrental's telepathic probe from yesterday still lingered in her mind, a cold itch she couldn't scratch. Lila, status on the cloak? Zara asked, her voice low but sharp. The young engineer looked up, braids swinging, her face a mix of nerves and grit. It's holding, Captain. The frequency shifts throwing off their sensors, think old Earth radio static, but fancier. Zara nodded, a half-smile breaking through. Lila's idea, pulled from dusty sci-fi vids, was a gamble, but it was theirs. Human. Unpredictable. Fancy's good, Zara said. Keep it tight. We're not here to dance with Concorde patrols. She turned to Marcus. Take us in, slow and steady. Chen, eyes on those warships. Marcus grunted affirmation, guiding the ship through a maze of tumbling rocks. Chen's fingers twitched over his console, his voice clipped. 3 cruisers, 2 clicks out. They're lazy, standard patrol patterns. We can slip through. The Aurora Vanguard edged closer, its cloak bending light and signals like a mirage. The outpost grew larger on the view screen, a lattice of alien tech pulsing with blue light. Zara's plan was to plant a disruptor, a human-coded virus to scramble the outpost's scans. If it worked, the Concorde would be blind to the fleet's movements for days. If it failed, they'd be staring down a galactic firing squad. A proximity alert chirped. Zara's heart kicked up a gear. Patrol ship, closing fast, Chen snapped. The view screen showed a Concorde scout, its hull a shimmering lattice, veering toward their position. Lila's eyes widened. The cloak's holding, but they're too close. It's like they smelled us. Zara cursed under her breath. Vrental's telepathic sniffing, maybe. Lila, reroute power to the stealth drive. Marcus, dive us into that asteroid cluster, now. The ship lurched, engines humming as it wove through a field of jagged boulders. The scout's sensors swept the area, a faint hum vibrating through the hull. Zara held her breath, her crew frozen. Lila's fingers danced, redirecting energy from non-essential systems. The cloak flickered, then stabilized, its signature vanishing like a ghost. The scout hesitated, then veered away. Zara exhaled. "Nice work, kid," she said to Lila, who grinned, sweat beading on her forehead. They reached the outpost, docking silently on its underside. Zara led a small team, herself, Lila, and a tech named Ruiz, through an airlock, their suits patched but sturdy. The outpost's interior was alien, all smooth curves and glowing panels, like walking inside a jewel. Ruiz plugged into a terminal, uploading the disruptor. Lila scanned the system, her tablet buzzing. "Captain, this is nuts. Their tech's advanced, but it's so rigid. No improvisation. We can exploit that." Zara nodded, her mind flashing to her childhood on a colony, cobbling tools from scraps. "That's our edge, Lila. They build perfect machines. We build solutions." Lila's eyes sparked, and Zara saw herself at 19, hungry, defiant, ready to prove the galaxy wrong. But a chill hit her. Vrental's presence brushed her mind, distant but probing. She shook it off, focusing on the mission. Back on the bridge, the disruptor was active, scrambling the outpost's scans. But Chen's voice cut through the relief. "Captain, we've got a problem. New Dawn's governor sent another transmission, encrypted, but I cracked it. The Concorde's planning to re-educate the colonists. Permanent relocation, brainwashing, the works." Zara's blood ran cold. This wasn't just a blockade, it was a power grab. Re-educate? Marcus growled, his fists clenching. "They want to erase us." Zara's mind raced. The super fleet could stop this, but revealing it now meant war. She needed time, allies, a plan. Chen spun in his chair, his eyes blazing. "We're wasting time, Zara. Hit them now, or we're done." His words landed like a punch, but she held firm. "We hit smart, Chen, not fast. Get me a line to the governor. We need details." Lila piped up, her voice steadier now. "Captain, I can boost the comms with the cloak's frequency trick. Make it untraceable." Zara gave her a nod. "Do it." Lila's fingers flew, and within moments, the governor's voice crackled through, panicked but clear. "They're landing troops, Zara. They want control. We can't hold out." Zara's jaw set. New Dawn was her people, her fight. "Marcus, plot a course back to base," she ordered. Lila, keep that cloak tight. Chen, prep contingencies for a fleet reveal. We're not there yet, but we're close. Chen's glare softened, a grudging respect flickering. Marcus clapped her shoulder. You're playing a dangerous game, Captain. Zara smirked, hiding the knot in her chest. It's the only game we've got. The Aurora Vanguard slipped away, the outpost's scanners blind to their escape. Zara stared at New Dawn's fading light, Vrental's threat echoing in her mind. The super fleet was humanity's secret, a blade forged in shadows. But secrets didn't feed children or stop invasions. She leaned toward Lila, her voice soft. Keep thinking outside their box, kid. It's gonna save us. Lila nodded, her confidence growing. As the ship vanished into the asteroid belt, Zara's resolve hardened. The Concord thought they held all the cards. They were about to learn humans didn't play by their rules. The Aurora Vanguard slipped into the shadowed cradle of a gas giant's moon, its stealth cloak humming softly. Captain Zara Cade stood on the bridge, her dark eyes fixed on a hologram of New Dawn, where riots tore through dusty streets and children's faces gaunt with hunger stared back. The galactic Concord's blockade had tightened, their crystalline warships circling like hawks. Zara's fingers curled into fists. The super fleet, humanity's hidden armada, forged in secret from asteroid mines in defiance, was ready. Hiding it any longer meant letting her people die. It was time to show the galaxy what humans could do. The bridge crackled with urgency. Marcus, her XO, stood at the helm, his steady presence a rock. Lila, the young engineer, tweaked a console, her latest invention, a reconfigurable shield array, primed for battle. Chen, the tactician, paced, his earlier doubts replaced by a grim focus. Zara felt Vrental's telepathic shadow lingering, but she pushed it aside. The High Arbiter thought humanity was a footnote. Today, she'd rewrite the story. Comms open, galaxy-wide, Zara ordered, her voice steel. Lila nodded, her fingers dancing over controls to mask the signal's origin. The crew's eyes locked on Zara as she leaned into the hologram recorder. This is Captain Zara Cade of Earth. You laughed at our tech, our grit, our will. Look who's laughing now. Her words carried a fire born on colony worlds, where every scrap was fought for. She signaled Marcus, and the super fleet emerged, hundreds of sleek, modular ships, AI-driven and bristling with human ingenuity, bursting from moons and asteroid belts across the Orion Arm. The tactical display lit up, Concord cruisers scrambling as the fleet materialized. Zara's heart pounded, not with fear, but with the thrill of defiance. Engage, she said, and the Aurora Vanguard led the charge. The fleet moved like a living thing, ships reconfiguring mid-flight, hulls splitting, reforming, adapting to Concord tactics. Unlike the aliens' rigid designs, these were human, scrappy, unpredictable, lethal. A Concord cruiser fired, its plasma lances slicing through space. Lila's shield array flared, absorbing the hit with a shimmer. Shields holding! Lila shouted, her voice a mix of pride and adrenaline. Told you it'd work, Captain. Zara flashed a grin. Never doubted you, kid. The fleet struck back, human-designed pulse cannons hammering the cruiser's hull. Sparks erupted as the alien ship faltered, its predictable maneuvers no match for the fleet's fluidity. Chen called out, 2 more cruisers incoming, port side. Zara spun to the display, her mind racing. Split formation, Alpha and Beta wings. Flank them. The fleet obeyed, ships weaving through space like a flock of starlings, their AI cores anticipating Concord moves. A second cruiser buckled under a barrage, its crystalline structure fracturing. Zara's chest tightened, victory was close, but every shot risked escalation. A hologram flickered, and Vrental's angular face appeared, his glowing eyes wide with shock. This, insolence, he hissed, his telepathic voice fraying. Your toys will not save you. Zara leaned closer, her smirk sharp. Toys? These toys just cracked your fleet. Care to try again? Vrental's composure slipped, his arrogance crumbling. She felt his mind probe, desperate now, but she focused on the battle, shielding her thoughts. The skirmish raged, the super fleet's adaptability overwhelming the Concorde's numbers. A third cruiser aimed a devastating beam at the Aurora Vanguard. Lila's fingers flew, reconfiguring the shields to deflect the blast. The bridge shook, consoles sparking, but the ship held. Got it! Lila yelled, her face alight. Zara clapped her shoulder. You're rewriting their playbook, Lila. The engineer beamed, her confidence a mirror of humanity's rising tide. Chen's voice cut through. Captain, New Dawn's signaling. The blockade's wavering. Zara pulled up the feed. The governor's face, less gaunt now, held hope. They're pulling back, Zara. You did it. But Zara knew better, Vrental wouldn't surrender easily. She opened a secure channel to him, her tone cold. Lift the blockade, Arbiter. Or we keep going, and your fleet's next. Vrental's eyes narrowed, his voice a low growl. You invite war, human. Zara didn't blink. You invited this when you starved our kids. The Concorde ships retreated, their formation breaking. Vrental's hologram vanished, but his final words echoed, this is not over. Zara exhaled, the weight of the moment settling. New Dawn was safe, for now. The crew erupted in cheers, but Zara raised a hand, silencing them. We won a battle, not the war. Stay sharp. Chen, his skepticism gone, nodded. You played the long game, Captain. I was wrong. Zara's lips twitched. You're learning, Chen. She turned to Lila, who was still at her console, checking the shield array. You saved us today, kid. Keep those ideas coming. Lila's eyes shone. Just getting started, Captain. Zara saw the future in her, humanity's next generation, building from scraps into something unstoppable. The super fleet's reveal had shifted the galaxy's balance, but peace was a fragile thing. As the Aurora Vanguard returned to its hidden base, Zara stood at the view screen, New Dawn's light steady now. The stars stretched beyond, vast and unyielding. Marcus joined her, his voice low. We showed them, Zara. But they'll come back. She nodded, her gaze hard. Let them. We'll be ready. The fleet's ships, scattered but vigilant, gleamed in the dark, a testament to human will, forged in defiance. Zara's thoughts drifted to her colony days, to the hunger and the fight. Today, they'd won respect, not just survival. But Vrental's threat lingered, a storm on the horizon. She squared her shoulders, her voice soft but firm. We didn't just save New Dawn. We showed the galaxy who we are. The crew nodded, their faces set. Humanity wasn't a footnote anymore. They were a force, and the stars would know it. The Aurora Vanguard drifted in the silent embrace of a gas giant's moon, its hull scarred but unbowed. Captain Zara Cade stood in the observation bay, staring at New Dawn's distant glow, now free of the Concorde's blockade. The super fleet's reveal had forced the aliens to retreat, their crystalline warships limping back to Nexus Prime. But victory tasted bittersweet. High Arbiter Vrental's parting words, this is not over, hung like a storm cloud. Zara's crew, battle-worn but alive, buzzed with a mix of pride and unease. The galaxy had seen humanity's strength, but at what cost? The bay's dim light cast shadows on Zara's face, her dark eyes tracing the stars. Her mind churned with the weight of what came next. The super fleet, humanity's secret forged from salvaged tech and relentless grit, was no longer hidden. The Concord would regroup, and Vrental's telepathic cunning would hunt for weaknesses. Zara's fingers brushed the cold metal of the railing, grounding her. She'd grown up on a colony like New Dawn, clawing for survival. This fight was personal, but it was bigger than her now. Footsteps echoed behind her. Marcus, her XO, approached, his boots scuffing the deck. "Crew's restless, Zara. They're calling you a hero, but they know the Concord's not done." His gravelly voice held a rare softness, his beard flecked with gray catching the starlight. Zara turned, her expression hard. "Heroes don't win wars, Marcus. We need a plan, not cheers." He nodded, his eyes steady. "What's the play? Hide again or push forward?" Before she could answer, Lila burst in, her tablet glowing with data. The young engineer's braids swung as she spoke, her voice electric with urgency. "Captain, I've been analyzing the skirmish data. Our shield array, it's adaptable, sure, but the Concord's scanning our wrecks. They're learning fast." Zara's stomach tightened. Lila's reconfigurable shields had saved them, but the alien's tech was relentless. "Solutions, Lila?" Zara asked, her tone sharp but warm. Lila tapped her tablet, pulling up a schematic. "We can encrypt the shield's modulation patterns. Make him chase ghosts. It's like old Earth poker, bluff him into folding." Zara's lips twitched into a smile. Lila's knack for turning human quirks into weapons was their edge. "Get it done," Zara said. "We need every trick." Lila nodded, already lost in her work, her confidence a spark in the dark. The comms crackled, and Chen's voice cut through. "Captain, incoming transmission from New Dawn's governor. Secure line." Zara strode to the bridge, Marcus and Lila trailing. The hologram flickered, revealing the governor, her face less haggard but etched with worry. "Zara, the blockade's gone, but Concord agents are planetside. They're stirring dissent, offering bribes to turn colonists against you." Zara's jaw clenched. Vrental was playing dirty, sowing chaos to weaken humanity's resolve. "Hold the line," Zara told the governor. "We'll handle the agents." The hologram faded, and she turned to Chen, who stood at his console, his sharp features taut. "Find those agents, Chen. Non-lethal. We're not giving Vrental an excuse to escalate." Chen's eyes narrowed, but he nodded. "On it. But we can't keep playing nice forever." His words stung, echoing her own doubts, but she held his gaze. "We play smart, not nice." The bridge hummed as the crew snapped into action. Zara's mind raced, piecing together a strategy. The super fleet's reveal had bought time, but the Concord's resources dwarfed humanity's. She needed allies, leverage, something to shift the odds. A ping from the comms interrupted her thoughts. An encrypted signal, not from New Dawn, but from a rogue Scyther trader, KLYSS, who'd dealt with humans before. Zara opened the channel, wary. KLYSS's crystalline form shimmered in the hologram, its voice a harmonic chime. "Captain Cade, your fleet's display was unexpected. The Concord underestimates you, but I do not. I offer information, for a price." Zara's instincts flared. The Scyther were opportunists, but KLYSS had been fair in past trades. "Name it," she said, her tone clipped. KLYSS's facets gleamed. "Safe passage through your systems. My ship for your secrets." Zara weighed the risk. "Deal. Talk." KLYSS revealed Vrental's plan, a summit at Nexus Prime to rally Concord species against humanity, framing the super fleet as a rogue threat. "He'll demand your surrender," KLYSS said. "Refuse, and war follows." The hologram cut off, leaving silence. Marcus whistled low. He's boxing us in. Zara's mind spun. A summit meant politics, not just firepower. She could turn it to her advantage. Lila, how's that encryption coming? Zara asked. Lila looked up, her fingers still moving. Almost there. It'll keep their scans guessing for weeks. Zara nodded, then turned to Chen. Get a team to New Dawn. Neutralize those agents quietly. Chen smirked, a rare glint of approval. Consider it done. Zara's gaze shifted to Marcus. Prep the Vanguard for Nexus Prime. We're crashing their party. The crew moved with purpose, the bridge alive with the hum of consoles and quiet chatter. Zara stepped back to the observation bay, needing a moment to think. The stars stretched beyond, vast and cold, but they didn't scare her. She'd faced worse odds as a kid, stealing food to survive. Now, she was stealing a future for her people. Lila joined her, hesitating before speaking. Captain, you think we can outsmart them? The Concord's got sentries on us. Zara looked at her, seeing the doubt and fire in her eyes. Sentries don't mean smarts, Lila. They're set in their ways. We're not. That's why we'll win. Lila's face hardened, her nod firm. Then let's keep him guessing. Zara clapped her shoulder, a silent promise. The kid was humanity's future, bold, clever, unbreakable. As the Aurora Vanguard powered up, Zara's resolve solidified. Vrental wanted a summit? She'd give him one he'd never forget. The super fleet wasn't just ships, it was proof humans could outthink, outbuild, outfight anyone. The galaxy was watching, and Zara was ready to speak. Set course for Nexus Prime, she called to Marcus. Time to show them what we're made of. The ship hummed, sliding from the moon's shadow toward the stars. The fight was far from over, but Zara Cade was ready. Humanity wasn't backing down.